Ever tried using the verb gustar and similar verbs like any other Spanish verb only to find out they don't quite work the same way? You are in good company, but don't worry. By the end of this video, you'll master gustar and learn the rules for using verbs that work the same way. Hello everyone and welcome back to Fluency Rocks. I'm Carolina, your Spanish teacher from Colombia. This is the first part of a series of videos I'm planning to make on the verb gustar and other verbs that follow the same rules. As always, I've put together a short dialogue to show you how this verb is used in real-life situations. Plus, I've got some homework for you to help reinforce what you've learned. So, let's get started. Gustar. In Spanish, there's no direct translation for I like. Instead, we use the verb gustar, which is usually translated into English as to please or to be pleasing to. This is how we express the idea of liking something in Spanish. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you are always in the loop with the cool stuff I've got planned. Your support is everything to me. Alright, back to our topic. Conjugating gustar. To conjugate gustar and verbs of the same group, we need the indirect object pronouns. For example, me is the indirect object pronoun that means to me. Now, let's compare the Spanish construction with the English construction. Spanish construction. Me gusta esta sopa. English construction. I like this soup. What we just saw is not a literal translation, it's an equivalent translation from Spanish into English. If we were to literally translate the sentence Me gusta esta sopa into English, we'd get something like To me pleases this soup, which sounds odd and incorrect in English, but in Spanish it makes perfect sense. Why? Because in this sentence the subject is the soup. The soup is doing the action of pleasing me. However, in English, I'm the one doing the action of liking the soup. Let's break it down. Esta sopa is a singular noun, the subject. Gusta is the verb and agrees with the singular subject. Me is the indirect object pronoun, the person receiving the action. Indirect object pronouns. As I explained in my video titled Master Spanish Indirect Object Pronouns like a Pro, click here to watch it. These pronouns indicate the recipient of an action. They answer the question to whom or for whom. Let's take a look at the following table. Here we have the subject, the singular form and the plural form. First person singular, me, which means to me or for me. First person plural, nos, meaning to us or for us. Second person singular informal, te, to you or for you. Second person plural informal, os, to you or for you. Second person singular formal, le, to you or for you. Second person plural formal and informal, les, to you or for you. Third person singular, le, which can mean to him, for him, to her, for her, and to it or for it, depending on the context. Lastly, we have the third person plural, les, which means to them or for them. As you can see, there are different forms for singular and plural subjects, as well as for informal and formal second person. You may already know that there are cultural and regional differences in using the second person, but we'll save that for another video. Now, let's illustrate this explanation with some examples. ¿Te gusta el carro de Milena? You like Milena's car. Nos gusta la cámara del teléfono de Sofía. We like Sophia's phone camera. Me gusta el pueblo donde nacieron mis padres. I like the town where my parents were born. Gender-neutral third-person pronouns. As you noticed in the table, le is used for usted, él, and ella, meaning to you, to him, to her, and les is the plural form used for ustedes, ellas, and ellos, meaning to you all, to them feminine, and to them masculine. These pronouns are gender neutral and can be ambiguous and confusing. So, to clarify this ambiguity, the sentence must start with a prepositional phrase. Let's see some examples. A usted le gusta la buena música. You like good music. A ella le gusta el nuevo restaurante italiano. She likes the new Italian restaurant. A él le gusta la guitarra de Raquel. He likes Raquel's guitar. A ustedes les gusta mi casa. You all like my house. A ellos les gusta la receta de mi tía. They like my aunt's recipe. A ellas les gusta la nueva jefa. They like the new boss. The prepositional phrases can also be added to the other pronouns, but just for emphasis, since there's no ambiguity if we omit them. Here are some examples. A mí me gusta este carro. I like this car. A ti te gusta tu trabajo. You like your job. A nosotros nos gusta esta ciudad. We like this city. A vosotros os gusta la vida en el campo. You all like country life. We can also insert proper names and nouns in the prepositional phrase instead of the indirect object pronouns. For example, a Marcela le gusta el perro de mi vecino. Marcela likes my neighbor's dog. A Camila y a Ricardo les gusta el mar. Camila and Ricardo like the sea. Al niño le gusta su pelota nueva. The boy likes his new ball. A los empleados les gusta su nuevo horario de trabajo. The employees like their new work schedule. Gusta versus Gustan. When should we use Gusta and when should we use Gustan? Well, the choice depends on the number of items we like, because when it comes to nouns, the conjugation of the verb gustar must agree with the object or objects we like. To put this simple, if we like one item, we use gusta, but if we like more than one item, we use gustan. So the only forms of gustar that we'll need are the third person singular gusta and the third person plural gustan. It can't get any easier. Let's see a couple of examples. A ustedes les gusta el color de mi casa. You like the color of my house. Here we used gusta because el color, the thing that's being liked, is a singular noun. A Liliana le gustan las flores de tu jardín. Liliana likes the flowers in your garden. We are using gustan here because what's being liked is las flores, and this is a plural noun. Curious about how you can support this channel and what I do? It's super simple. You can show some love by treating me to a coffee. Your little gesture keeps my creativity flowing and helps me whip up even more awesome videos just for you. Gustar with verbs. Gustar is also used when the subject is a verb. The verb stays in its infinitive form regardless of the English translation. When an infinitive is the subject, we use the singular form gusta. So, gusta stays singular even if it is followed by multiple verbs. Let's see some examples. A ellos les gusta cocinar. They like to cook. Me gusta leer, escribir y estudiar. I like reading, writing and studying. A Gerardo le gusta ver televisión, hacer deporte y bailar. Gerardo likes to watch television, play sports and dance. Nos gusta nadar. We like swimming. Gustar in negative sentences. To form a negative sentence, just place the negative word before the indirect object. Let's take a look at these examples. No me gustan las multitudes. I don't like crowds. A Marta tampoco le gusta viajar en barco. Marta doesn't like traveling by boat either. No nos gustan esas canciones. We don't like those songs. A ellos nunca les gusta la comida que prepara Valentina. They never like the food Valentina prepares. A los niños tampoco les gusta acostarse temprano. The children don't like going to bed early either. Now comes the fun part, using gustar in real-life situations. The upcoming dialogue will demonstrate how to use this verb correctly in Spanish. Ready to jump in? Let's go! Una tarde en el café. Hola Alejandro, me gusta tu nueva camiseta. Gracias Sofía. Lo que no me gusta es que es un poco calurosa. ¿Te gustan mis zapatos nuevos? Sí, están muy bonitos. Tienen un estilo original y además me gusta su color. ¿Sabes? Me gusta mucho pasar tiempo en este café. Aquí podemos hablar con tranquilidad. A mí también me gusta. Además, me gustan mucho los pastelitos de hojaldre con champiñones. Son deliciosos. A mis primos también les gusta venir aquí. Yo a veces vengo con ellos. Y a mi hermano le gusta venir para trabajar. Es un buen lugar para concentrarse. Por cierto, a mi prima Julieta no le gustó la película que vimos anoche en tu casa. A mí tampoco me gustó. La próxima vez debemos elegir una película que nos guste a todos. Podemos invitar a nuestros amigos Ricardo y Manuel. Sí, a ellos les gusta ver películas y comer algunos pasabocas. ¿Te gustaría hacer un picnic este fin de semana? Claro que sí. ¿Y quiénes irían? Me gustaría invitar a Manuel, a Ricardo, a Julieta y a Esteban. Le puedes decir a tu hermano que vaya también. Claro, ese día me gustaría comer algo, caminar un rato y disfrutar del aire libre. Perfecto, entonces hagámoslo. We have just explored how gustar is used in everyday Spanish. Come up with your own sentence using this verb and share it in the comments below. I'll be there to help you refine your examples. Also, don't forget to write in the comments your suggestions for future videos. They help me make the content as useful as possible for you. Now, let me ask you something. Have you ever been confused by the Spanish indirect object pronouns we just saw in this video? For example, me, te, le, nos, os, and les? If that's the case, and if you want to master them, make sure you watch my video titled Master Spanish Indirect Object Pronouns Like a Pro in Context. This video is packed with useful tips to help you master these pronouns. Click here to watch it and keep rocking your language learning goals.